Hello, welcome to episode 3. Delicious. We're gonna kill these cattle. This game is pretty fun. It's also like if something goes to right here and just like looks at you, that means they want to kill you. Like they want a path to you, but they don't know how. So like the cattle has 100 health and it wants to fight me. It wants to murder me. But then once you get them low enough, they start running away because they know better. Which I think is really cool, but it also makes using your specials like really hard. Because like, let's say we're actually fighting these guys head to head. I have to chase this guy down just to use my special on him. And my special has like the weirdest hitbox ever. But like, say we're fighting him normally. How much damage does he do? He does 3.5 damage. That's pretty strong considering we have like 30% damage reduction right now. But like some enemies chase you a lot harder than others. But they also have hit ranges, so like if I'm too far away, he can't hit me, which is very nice. It's very nice. Meat slab. Meat slabs might be worth it. What can I drop for that? Oh, I never equipped my bags. Lol. I could equip my bags so that I could pick that up. But one thing is like you need to remember where you killed stuff, because then you can find the stuff that they dropped. But one annoying thing is like, let's say we used our special ability there. We had to hit him twice to be able to get the ability to roll again. So that is one thing with having mana versus stamina for everything. Because obviously if we run out of our special meteor, we're going to have to start just face tanking. And there's also a big delay between the roll and us fighting them. So it turns into this whole just like M1 and see who wins. But let me look. This is 20 and this is 15. So we're going to eat these. We're going to eat 2 of these. Actually, we're going to eat one of these and then one of those. And that should give us the right amount of health back. So we eat one of these and then we eat one of those. And then we'll be just about right, I'm pretty sure. No, we'll be at like 42. Not quite perfect, but close enough. I don't actually know if crows attack you. Do crows attack you? No, of course not. Crows are friends. Crows are friends, not food. That's the quote. Don't worry about it. So we're just heading back to the mine to continue mining away, getting more and more resources. There is one spot up here that things can spawn, so we do want to check that just because it could be a cobalt and it could be amazing resources. Right here under this crystal. Nothing spawned. But one thing I like is like you can just do this. Obviously if there were enemies there that'd be terrifying, but you can just dive right down with the pack, which is cool. Ooh, bamboo. I haven't gotten that yet. That's fun. But obviously we have 2 weapon slots and we're using one of them exclusively for the pickaxe, which is a little bit frustrating. Not frustrating, but a little bit sad that we don't get to use like a melee weapon as well as a fire staff and a pickaxe without going into our inventory and manually changing out. So here we're just going to go and we're going to shoot at the antlion, and the cave spider's coming after us. So we just want to sit at the right spot so that it's not pathing logically. We're just going to burn them away. Burn the spiders. I don't know why the antlion's AI isn't working right, because he should be bolting for me. Even if he's just going to sit under me, he really should be bolting for me. So that's interesting that he is not. And then he's going to burn to death. Nice. Alright. Now we can continue to try to mine. And then these cobwebs, they stay like forever, which is annoying. Not forever, but forever, pretty much, you know? Like, we're going to go ahead, like, forwards, and they're not going to despawn. That guy dropped 4 carapace. That's insane. That's like a god drop. That's crazy. That's not an enemy. Oh, we got two wolf bats over here. And that's, I think it's weird. Like, yesterday they could not jump this, but today they can. So it seems like the enemies will definitely change their abilities. Sometimes when you hit stuff, it breaks the block, but sometimes it doesn't. So there's that. Yeah, we're just combating it out. Fight some stuff, grab some materials, repeat, and then see if we can't craft some stuff. Mostly we want to be getting cobalt. We want to just happen to find cobalt. But this cave, I have not like found the end of this cave. It is eternal in depth. It just keeps going, and it parts into different ways. So like there's more than one route you can go. It is, and for the first cave, this is crazy. Like so much cave content. You could spend your entire life in this cave and never meet the end. All right, I think we might be able to use this spot. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like, but it's nice that there's like at least a little bit of stealth in this game. Like he didn't see me there, which is nice. Oh, let's use this. There's no way he can climb this. I don't want to die to another cave troll. But that is another thing. You just go back in. Oh, you happen to find the same enemy? Oh, you happen to find him in the same spot where you can't cheese him? Well, you're dead. Alright. Let's eat on up. And what's cool about food is you eat for half the duration. Which is, or for some meals, you only eat for half the duration and then it ticks the rest of it. So that's pretty cool. I like food that does that. So here we see the troll is not making his way up. Yes, thank goodness. So we do want to use right click on him here, just because it'll hit him for a decent amount. But usually right click is not that great. It does apply burn, which is good. So if you have good burn stats, it's good to use your right click. But other than that, it's not that great. But cave trolls are seemingly really good if you can kill enough of them and get enough hide. But trolls are powerful beasts. And they have so much HP. Like, so much HP. And he gave me 44 XP. That's pretty good. Oh, we're almost at level 4. We're going to grab some more energy, because that'll give us some more damage output, I'd say. But right here, we have 2 levels in our staff. So I'm just going to get, 5% more damage. Because now we have 10% damage buff. I was going to say 15, but not. 1 troll hide. Very nice. I know we need 10 troll hide to craft the backpack, and the backpack is relatively good. There is some really cool, like, crafting, I don't want to say, like, progression. Like, you craft one item, and then you could craft it into another item in terms of backpacks, which I think is cool, that they have a progressive crafting tree for that. Oh, we've got a rat here. Some animals are innately not aggressive, but everything drops something. So it's like, why would you not fight it? It drops stuff. I need stuff. I need stuff for my infinite progression. Ooh, emerald. Very nice. Oh, and then we get our mining skill point so that we can upgrade our chance of getting another resource, which is very good. And then here, like, let's say if we were using another weapon at all, we could start getting that tree so that we could start getting levels in that weapon. I'm not going to bother with this until we actually pick up another weapon. But now we can go for things that are more cool, like roll faster. And obviously get our roll leveled up, because we want our roll to be as good as possible, because it's our only way to negate damage. So, bat, hello? Did the bat just disappear? Oh, he just laid down on the ground. Bats are like one of the most difficult enemies to fight, because he's hitting me so many times, and the only way I can hit him is with these AoE shots. Or with a melee weapon. But we don't have a melee weapon. We just have a pickaxe. And pickaxes don't do damage to enemies. Alright, we got another bat. But if we can hit him with 2 drag shots, it kills him, which is very nice. Oh, it didn't kill him. That is scary. But if we miss, we're obviously, we're just ultimately missing. Alright, rat, you died too. Thank you. Go away. Anything to mine over here? Nope. But one thing is, like, there's so much not stuff to mine that it's just crazy. Like, there's so many stones. There's so much stone in this mine. But we just mine away. And hopefully I'll be able to get to the point in which it splits off and we can start looking. Oh, we are there. I wasn't sure how far in it was. I didn't remember, honestly. But this is like a really cool spot. Oh, we got a spider. But we usually just want to get to the spot where you have to go up 2 blocks. And when you have to go up 2 blocks, you can't walk up it. So the creatures can't walk up it. And then they're just going to be doing their cheesy attacks if they do any attacks. Like here we did his cheesy attack. But then he's just going to go straight back to having no idea how to fight me. Which is very nice. I like it. It's not the absolute best fighting, but it's definitely enough like manageable fighting for the early game when you're like really weak. But obviously I do like a game where you can fight, have a fluid fighting system rather than having this wishy-washy like I'm gonna hide over here. But oh, is he gonna shoot back at me? Oh, his shots are so low. And he died of fall damage. Cool. What a genius. So here's where it splits into 2 different directions. So we have down and we have up. So we're just going to keep going up because I haven't been that far in the up. And I know the down just goes into like nothing good to mine territory. And I want to see if the mining, like mining quality goes up as we get to this really cool area ahead of us. But for now, oh my goodness, there's a pit down there with an enemy in it. There's an enemy in this pit. What the heck? But sometimes our right click doesn't hit, which makes it a little bit annoying. All right, let's hit this. Definitely seems like they tweaked the amount of loot that I'm getting. I will say that. It seems like I'm getting more stuff. But thankfully the spider, oh my goodness, is terrifying. The spider seems to be kind of slow at pathing to you, which is nice. And when you're close enough, he doesn't do the ranged attack because it just doesn't make sense. It'd be cool if he did the range attack, that he would get, and he gets hit by it, that he takes damage, and that's why he stops doing it. But I have no idea, honestly. More pincers. Might as well eat on up to full HP. But again, we could be using a life staff, and the life staff is free healing. The music is really cool, but it's not like area-based music. It's just music. It's just some Minecraft music, where it just feels like playing music, so it does. Definitely not as crazy as Minecraft music, though. It's really good, but it's not quite Minecraft music. Definitely because it plays more often, I will say. Like, the Minecraft music is insane because when it kicks in, you're just suddenly just full-on, like, full-blown nostalgia. We got 2 right next to each other. Now, bronze is, like, the absolute worst, as you can tell, like, material. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna die. 100%. Antlion. I have 23% damage mitigation, and he did 62 damage to me. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's my damage reduction? 30! I have 30% damage reduction. He did, like, 90 damage to me in that hit. That's insane. Alright, so we're going to use our tanning rack, and we're going to start grabbing some stuff. So, thick leather. We have 3 tough hide. Very nice. We're going to craft that, and then we're going to craft the leather strips. And then we'll also head over to the cooking pot. We'll grab these meat slabs, because, of course, we want to have as much food as possible. We have 3 sources of food, which is pretty good. What do the meat slabs do? 25. Very nice. Cows are worth it. And of course, we're going to grab all of our ingredients, craft these bad boys up. Silver does cost about the same amount whether or not you refine it. I think it costs more if you refine it, just because there's going to be that point in which, you know, refining stuff requires probably refining experience and stuff like that. So then it'll be obviously more difficult to refine. But we'll see what we can craft. Hopefully something. Oh yeah, we can make rings. So we want to make a ring that gives us probably Energy reward. We want energy reward because crit doesn't seem that amazing. Like here we have what? Crit chance of 7%. So making our crit damage, we'll say 2% worse, because I'm guessing that's just 2%. Or like, we'll say 20 damage, not 20 damage, 2 damage worse. Who knows exactly how much, but like, that's not that bad. And we can craft 2 of these bad boys, and we can have 2 of them. And now we have, what? 10% more energy reward and 1 more armor. The ruby ring, oh, does energy reward. That's very nice. I should have looked at that before I crafted it, because now I have a dud ring. But yeah. And then obviously you can make some leather armor, but leather armor is lame. Nobody wants that. We're going to see if we can't make some glorious bronze chest guard. 17 more. Thank you very much. I would love to have more defense. The cloak, we have a cloak already. Gauntlets, we have the gauntlets. We don't have the belt yet. Let's grab the belt. Shoulder guards. We have no shoulder guards yet because I don't think I equipped them. Yeah. But these are better than our other shoulder guards, so that's good. We now have 50% damage reduction. I just want to like say an antlion would still kill us in 1 or 2 hits. Like we would barely survive 1 hit if we don't die in 1 hit. That's just the craziest part about that. But now we're all decked out in bronze, so we can look at some other things that we can build. So like iron, we can start trying to go into iron. Probably iron fists or foot guards. Probably iron fists is the best thing we can make here. So we can start going into the Iron Age right away, just like that. We also get some stun resistance. I don't think I've been stunned before, really. So I'm not entirely sure about that. And we can also get the foot guards, I guess. There we go. So we're at 53% damage reduction. That's pretty good. But we can also start looking at crafting weapons, because crafting weapons is fundamental part of most games where you have to craft things, obviously, and weapons are no exception. So for crafting weapons, we want to make a sword blade. We need to get metal ingots and animal materials. That's interesting that it says optionally, because I'm pretty sure it's required. Like, let's say we wanted to make a bronze sword. Oh no, it does optionally change it. That's interesting. But here we have a normal bronze longsword blade. Which, let's go into something other than a sword, honestly. Let's go with a hammerhead. Because I haven't done much with hammers. And I'm not entirely sure if you can make a two-handed hammer. So we have a hammerhead, 6.7 power, 10%, negative 10% speed, negative 10% poise, 9% crit, negative 10% range, negative 10% all else. But then if we wanted to modify this, so let's say we gave strong pincers, we can also see how much we need. So we need 1 strong pincer. So with 1 strong pincer, we can turn this into a great mace head, which gives us 9.4 damage, but less speed, less poise, less crit, less, actually more range, but less proficiency and debuff strength. So this buffs certain things at the cost of other things. And then let's say we wanted to change it and go with a fang instead. This gives us a spiked mace head, which gives us less damage, less speed, less poise, less crit, less range, or more range. So, but this way we have debuff strength, so we will be able to bleed them. So that's interesting to note as well. So we could craft this. So let's craft this bad boy up. Bam, we got that. And then let's go and let's craft the other one as well, because I want to make 2. We have the materials, and we have no other use for bronze. So now we have our hammerheads, but obviously we need to craft them into another thing. So what we can go and do is do hammer. And we have the haft, which is the shaft of it. And we can go to the crafting bench for that, because it is made out of wood. Makes sense. So we'll go to hammer. So we have the long, medium, and short hammer haft. So the long one, obviously, we'll probably make it into a two-handed weapon, which we want it to, because we don't really feel like running 2 of these. And we want to have as much range as possible, honestly. So you can see a medium one is the middle ground for most things, I guess. Not for everything, but the medium one is the middle ground, so it's got no modification to power. Slight modification to speed negatively, no mod for poise, slight reduction in crit, no modification in range, reduction in energy, and no modification in debuff. But if we go into the long one, we can see that we do more damage, it's slower, we have more poise while using it, same crit reduction, so I'm guessing just hammers have bad crit. We have more range because it is longer, of course, and then energy efficient, it takes more energy to swing this bad boy, but the debuffs are stronger because we're hitting harder. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make one of these, and then we're also going to make a short one, because the short one does the exact opposite of the long one. Makes it easier to move, but lighter, and worse range, because obviously it's shorter. So we're going to make one of those as well. And with that, we can go over to, I think, the anvil again. Right? Modular weapon requires a crafting bench. Okay. So modular weapon is how you craft any weapon in this game. So a modular weapon is a primary component, which is the bronze part, so the bronze spiked mace head. And then we have the secondary component, which is the shaft that we chose. So for the spiked mace, this has a debuff strength of 50%, so we want to match it with something that increases our debuff strength, in my opinion. So we want to make a handled spiked mace. So we've got this, and as you can see, compared to our current weapon, which of course realistically is nothing because we have no melee weapon right now, it's doing these different stats. So we have 65% debuff strength, which is really good, and 20% range, so we're hitting things really far away. So we'll craft that bad boy up, but then we'll also... Oh no, we can't. I was gonna say we could modify it again. I didn't know that, but no, we can't. It was just bugged. So now we're gonna use our short hammerhead as well as our great mace head, and this will make a short, I guess it is a two-handed mace, so that's cool. A short one, which of course this one had no debuff strength, no energy efficiency, no speed, and no poise, but high damage. So now we're sacrificing some of the damage, obviously, because we're reducing it, but we're able to make it so that it's more energy efficient, and I guess debuff strength isn't that great. So this ideally probably would have been best suited for... No, the short one's the best one, because we want it as fast as possible, just because we're not hitting them with debuffs, we're just hitting them for the damage. The long might have been the best bet, but this is what we chose for the sake of the example. Can I not craft it? Hello? No, I don't want to trade with you. I want to use the crafting bench. Use this. Use this. Can't craft it. Am I not allowed to use it with a great mace head? I'm curious. I'm very curious if I make a... Of course I'm out of logs. I might not be able to make it with this because I might have to use the other hammerhead. Like I might have to make a small hammerhead. I'm curious. It's like here we have a normal hammerhead. Can we turn it into something that's not a great hammerhead? Like spiked mace. Spiked mace is really bad with no damage modifiers. But here's where we see that we have like nothing else. Like thread, not going to really do anything. I don't have anything else really. Yeah, we got nothing else. Like wool's not going to do anything. And obviously the pincer is going to turn into a great mace head. So we'll just go with the normal one. And then we'll head over to the required crafting station for it, of course. So we'll just make that. And then we can make our hammer, ideally. Modular weapon. We'll use the hammerhead and we'll use the short. And that will allow us to actually craft a club, which is a one-handed, because then we can have two clubs. Right? Yep. And there we go. So that's cool. So now if we want to get off the pickaxe, we can go ahead and use our great hammer, which swings pretty slow, but it reaches pretty far, which is nice. And then our right click is this charge up, but then holding it down costs stamina as well, which just does a nice little thwack. So we can do a mid-charge thwack and then just go back to bopping them on the head. The hammer is not like the best. I think the sword is the best because like look at this tree. So like here we go. We got the hammer tree. So we got 1, 2, 3, just like the fire staff. So this just buffs left click, right click, and then our special ability, which is a leap attack, which I'm guessing is similar, very similar to the one in Cube World for hammers. But if we look at the sword tree, holy cow, we have mobility stance, abilities in the mobility stance. We have offensive stance, which has abilities in the offensive stance, and then we have defensive stance, which has abilities in the defensive stance. So like it's this whole in-depth crazy setup, which I think is really cool, but it also means that you've got like just an insane amount of stuff, and you can make a Zweihander, hands down, best weapon class possible. You can make a Zweihander. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. These episodes are really short. I want to keep them short just because more videos, you know, more likely for people to be able to see it. But for now, we're just going to sell some stuff. Trollhide we want to keep. We want that Trollhide. I don't really want the hammers, the short clubs. I don't really like short range combat because most of the time I'm trying to skirt people as far away from me as possible and just max range cheese them pretty much. I find that that's the best combat method for survival when using melee. So like we're just going to trade all this stuff, and then we're going to see, honestly, we'll look at the scepter staffs. So we'll see, we want something that has good debuff strength and good energy efficiency. That's pretty much all we want. Also good range. We want good range. So like this one has really good range, but we want to find something that has good range and good energy efficiency, which might not be possible. I mean, this has 11%. This one has 20%. We'll go with the 20% one probably. Oh, 30%. We'll go with that. All right. And then we could also grab some components for it, but obviously we don't really feel like that. I don't really feel like that. But you can get components for stuff, which is pretty cool. So if you wanted to get a healing scepter component, you could get that. Obviously for healing for like staves, the magic weapons, you're going for, instead of like iron and stuff, you're going for different woods. So you have to find different wood types, which I think is really cool. But also I have no idea where to find the different wood types. And we're going to grab this bag so that we can have, and as well as this bag too, just so that we can have these bags. And then obviously now we're not giving him enough money, so we're going to fix that with the gold, and then we'll accept. So we got rid of all of our junk. We got some money for it, and then we also got a new bag, which is nice. And then we're keeping this bag because just want to show off the bags real quick. If I can get there. I guess I don't have to be there to craft it, but we can go into the bag slot and we can craft the small leather pouch. First of all, we can make it tiny red pouches with red linen, but then we can take 2 tiny red pouches and turn them into 1 knitted red pouch. So this turns it into a 3 slot to a 9 slot. So we're gaining 3 slots and we're making it more space efficient in our bags. So we'll be able to get even more slots from that. But then, you thought it was done. We can turn our 1 knitted red pouch into a woven red bag, which gives us 6 more slots. And then we can do it one more time with some amethyst, some more red linen, and thick leather, which is pretty hard to get, by the way, to turn it into the sturdy red saddle bag, which is 18 slots, which is very nice. And then we can also get the traveler's backpack, and this goes in our back slot. And our back slot, I forget exactly where it is. Where is our back slot? Ah, our back slot is our cloak. So instead of having a cape, we can have a backpack, which gives us 18 slots, which I think is absolutely worth it. And then we also have the Trollhide pack, which is 18 slots, but it just takes 10 Trollhide, a diamond, and some leather. And then we also have absolutely insane, never happening, might ever get there before it changes, who knows, Mind Flayer spell bag. This bad boy takes a glowing remains, no idea what that's from, some rigid leather, no idea how to get that, 4 diamonds, I think I've seen 3 diamonds in total, outside of vendors, like buying them, and Veloren, which is just a green ore that you can find in the caves as well. And that'll give us 27 slots. That is absolutely insane. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. We crafted some stuff. We died to an antlion, even though we have tons of resistance. I'll see you guys in the next episode.